Today we're going with a 2021 Ford Ranger, and we are doing a leveling kit. We just got done with this side, and honestly I found a way to save you guys some time and one heck of a lot of headache. Your inner mountings on the lower control arm, if you look, the black marking, line them up with that nipple, front and the back one back there at my fingertip. Okay, let me go to the other side, which I just popped apart. I wish I would have recorded this a minute ago. But anyway, same thing. Mark. And that mark goes right to a little knob right there. Same on front and back. These little nipples right here. And once again, we are marked, and I'm going to keep all the hardware. This is for the front set, that's for the back set. On the other side, I ended up undoing the upper control arm and a bunch of stuff because you can't get the strut out easily. In this case, as soon as I drop those two, we got a lot of space. So yeah, save yourself a headache. There you go. And then these 3 bolts up top at the tower, and we'll go ahead and pause this. I'll do that real quick and I'll show you how this other piece goes on. All right, we are back at it. This would be our spacer. It is the torch leveling kit. And once again, you know, a lot of these I noticed don't come with instructions. So basically, this piece right here, there's 3 bolts on that piece, not the center one, the 3 outers. This will take place of those. So this is gonna go in where that's at, and that is gonna bolt to the bottom of this. And then the end result, I normally put this right on top, let everything down, one and done. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this for a second and resume in a second. All right, I have now, let me see if I can adjust this out. There we go. Okay, I've taken the coil. It's open at the bottom. Lower control arms just twisted out of the way. Lower control, or the coilover, needs to be spun 180 degrees. What I mean, pretty simple. Spin this thing around 180 degrees, a half turn, and then everything will line up perfectly for this to go back on. And you want to put this on, the strut itself, these 3 bolts, before it goes back up into its hole, the strut tower. So let me get that together and we'll continue videotaping. All right, this right here, simply how I do it. Pop that on, and to make all these nuts work, you actually have to lift this up just a little bit, so the factory nuts, and as you drop this, you'll tighten them up. Do all 3 of them equally or it won't work out. All right, we now just set our 3 bolts at the strut tower end. Just snugged them up lightly. We're gonna leave it a little bit loose so we got a little wiggle action getting these 2 bottom bolts. Those 2 is through the lower control arm itself. And I'm gonna use a jack under the lower control arm because we do have to line them up at that point and that point. And then also the markings that I showed you originally. Make sure that you adjust them to the original. So let's pause this and go at it in a second. All right, once again back at it. Okay, our 3 bolts in the top. I went ahead and put in the 2 bolts that hold the bottom of the strut. We got our back lined up. We'll do the aligning of the mark in a second. And this one's kind of being stubborn, so I'm gonna use a strap and hook it to the other A-arm, pull it in just enough to line up that hole, and we've actually saved ourselves quite a bit of time. So I'll do the last piece, the brand new truck. Didn't know if there'd be a video on this one yet, so now there is, for the leveling kit. 1.5 inch, by the way. All right, I did use a ratchet strap to hold this other lower control arm over towards the driver's side, and our bolt went nice and easy all the way through. Like I said, make sure, see my mark right there? Okay, we're gonna go right to that dowel in just a second. And I should be able to actually wiggle that and make it work, but let's get on the washer on the other side. And as I said, the mark's there. And we got our nut, and we'll get on the back side as well. Everything's lined up, ready to go. Center of the picture is the other hole right where my light's at. But yeah, I'll go ahead and keep going and we'll finish up this video. Alright, we've now tightened down to our lower control arms, and our markings are right at their points. There you go. We're just snugging these up now. I leave them loose till last, so we got a little bit of wiggle room when we're putting this all together. But, there you go. That's pretty much the conclusion of our video. Thanks for watching.